Emperor Akbar had the habit of traveling in disguise through his kingdom to gauge the moods of his subjects and keep tabs on the situations in his kingdom. Often, Birbal would travel with him. One day, "Welcome. Please have a seat. What would you like to have? You don't look like you are from around these parts."
You are right. We have traveled very far to come and see this city. We had heard a lot of things about your emperor. Is he a good emperor? Are you happy in his kingdom?
Oh, our emperor is truly a great one. He really takes care of his subjects. His policies are truly people-friendly and we feel really safe in his kingdom.
But I had heard otherwise, that he levies very high taxes on his subjects and hence everything is very expensive in his kingdom and the poor really suffer.
I don't know where you heard all this nonsense. We are all very happy in the great Akbar's kingdom. His taxes are just and not high at all. Even the poor in this kingdom don't go to sleep on a hungry stomach.
I apologize on my friend's behalf. He didn't mean any disrespect to your emperor.
Yes, I apologize. Now tell us, what will you serve us to eat? We are very hungry.
Well, you can have whatever you want. And it's all on the house. Just don't go around spreading false rumors about our emperor.
Oh, thank you. I apologize once again. Please rest assured, we shall not be spreading any false rumors. Thank you once again.
Your Majesty, the young prince is so handsome. Yes, Your Majesty, our prince is certainly the most beautiful child in the world.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You are right. I haven't seen a more beautiful child.
Certainly, Your Majesty. I haven't seen a more beautiful child in my entire life. I'm sure once our dear prince grows up, he shall break many a heart.
I'm sure he will. God has truly graced me with the most beautiful child in the world. Birbal, what's wrong? You haven't said a word.
Nothing, Your Majesty. I'm sorry, but I was just a bit distracted.
Distracted? Aren't you mesmerized by the beauty of our prince? Or you don't think he's beautiful enough?
I apologize once again, Your Majesty. The prince is certainly a beautiful child.
Then I guess Birbal doesn't think he's the most beautiful child in the world?
Yes, Birbal. Go on, tell us, what do you truly think of our prince's beauty?
Your Majesty.
Go on, Birbal. Speak out your mind.
Well, Your Majesty, our prince is certainly a beautiful child, but
What but? Speak out.
Your Majesty, I really don't think the prince is the most beautiful child in the world.
Oh, there's a limit. Your Majesty, I think Birbal is just trying to be different from everybody.
Birbal, you better have an explanation. Why you don't think our prince is most beautiful when everyone is so enchanted?
Your Majesty, you got me wrong. I haven't said the prince is not beautiful at all. That he certainly is, but I don't think he is the most beautiful child in the world.
How can you say that, Your Majesty? All of us put together have seen more children than Birbal alone could have.
Yes, Birbal. How can you say that the prince is not the most beautiful child? Can you prove your statement?
If you insist, Your Majesty, then I can definitely prove it to you.
You mean to say that you can find a more beautiful child than our prince?
Yes, Your Majesty, I can.
You better be sure, Birbal. I shall not tolerate this insult to my beloved prince if you cannot prove it. You better find a more beautiful child and present him before my eyes. And until you do that, I don't wish to see you. You have made me very unhappy today.
I apologize for having upset you, Your Majesty, but you asked for my frank opinion, and I gave it to you. I shall definitely obey your command and find a more beautiful child than the prince, and only then shall I return before you.
This was truly an insult to you, Your Majesty. You were right in asking him not to show his face to you until he could really prove himself.
I always used to think that Birbal is a smart person. But this time he has really disappointed me.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
So, Birbal, have you given up? Are you ready to admit that the prince is the most beautiful child in the world?
Your Majesty, the reason I'm back to your court is I have found a child who is more beautiful than the prince.
Birbal, how can you say something like that? My child is the most beautiful one in the whole world. I refuse to believe that there is a more beautiful child anywhere.
There you are, Birbal. Nobody is willing to accept your claim.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty, but I do believe I have found the most beautiful child in the world.
Since you're so adamant, please prove it to us. Show us the child. Where is he? Have you brought him here with you?
I haven't brought him along with me, Your Majesty, but I can take you to see him.
This is ridiculous. Why can't the child be brought here? Why do we have to go to see the child?
My apologies, Your Majesty, but to truly appreciate the child's real beauty, you shall have to see him in his true natural surroundings.
I really don't understand this. But I'm willing to come along with you. In fact, we shall all come along. Tell us, when can we leave?
Your Majesty, it won't be possible for all of us to go together. But you and one more person can come along with me, and we shall have to travel incognito. Only then we would be able to really see the child in his natural surroundings.
Birbal, you are really trying my patience. But since you are so sure, both I and Sukhdev Singh shall come along with you in disguise. When do we leave?
Thank you, Your Majesty. We shall leave tomorrow morning.
Birbal, you have really pushed too far this time. The Emperor is not going to forgive you for this.
Sukhdev Singh ji, we'll see about that tomorrow morning. Your Majesty, we shall have to walk from here on.
All right, let's get on with it. I can't wait to see the most beautiful child you have found.
Your Majesty, there you are, the most beautiful child in the world.
Birbal, have you gone mad? Or are you blind? Where did you see beauty in this ugly child?
You scared my precious child? And how dare you call him ugly? He is the most beautiful child in this world. I will break your bones if you say anything otherwise. Get out of here. Don't you dare come near my child again. Have you gone blind calling my beautiful child ugly? How dare you say something like that? Get out of here. Oh, my beautiful baby, my little baby. Mwah. My sweetheart. Oh, my poor baby. So sweet.
Your Majesty, I'm sure you would have understood by now. Every parent feels their child is the most beautiful and precious in the whole world.
I get your point, Birbal. I get your point.
I didn't mean to offend you, Your Majesty. But I wouldn't want to just flatter you or the prince unnecessarily either. After all, you would have to teach the young prince to be aware of flatterers and flattery too.
Birbal, I'm very pleased. Once again you have shown courage by standing up to me and kept me from indulging in self-aggrandizement. You are a true and loyal friend. Thank you, Birbal.
Oh, my little one. My sweet baby. Oh, my poor baby.